guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do a little bit of work on my MT-01, my 06, I think it's 06. Basically, what I have planned today, I already had these spools, rear spools, whatever you call them, for like a rear lift sort of thing. I'm not sure how I feel about the color, because the frame of the bike is like a, besides being really dirty right now, it's a blue. Weird blue, so I have this black and it doesn't really match, but we'll see. Not sure what else to really do right now. I added those. And basically today what I want to do is kind of remove probably this. Maybe this as well. The rear hugger and the chain guard. I think it looks better, I don't know, I always think this hangs over too much. I know it does stop oil and water from flying up into me. And potentially if the chain ever broke, it'd probably protect me from dying. Getting ripped apart. But yeah, so we're going to just do some small things today, that, and I want to change the mirrors, although I forgot already. I need a bolt that'll work on the tops of these. Because once you remove this, you still need to be able to have that and that bolted onto the handlebars, obviously. Anyway guys, so that's kind of the plan for today. Some other big things I'd like to do, I already have exhausts for it. But with that, I'm going to have to do some like cutting or something. And that's going to be that's going to be more of a winter project because I just don't want to take my bike apart right now. It's getting near the end of the year. And that means I got limited riding, so I don't want to make it limited if I don't have to. But I do have some exhausts for this, shorter ones, louder ones, ones with baffles that can be removed. I do eventually want to remove this. I'm going to put my license plate probably up in there, or maybe I'll just kind of bolt it in right where it kind of is now. So then I have to figure out something for the rear light, because literally this rear light bolts right onto the entire rear fender. But I always think these look terribly ugly. I'm not a big fan of these. I think they make the rear seat look too fat. And I do have header wrap, but I don't want to do that today either, because I think I need to take off my exhaust. Well, it'd make it a lot easier. I probably don't need to. Especially for this one, there's tons of room right here. But I'll save that, I think, for another day. I do eventually actually want to change the color. I need to clean up this with like some Goo Gone or something. But I do like to change the color. I'm not a big fan of silver. Never have been. Kind of it today. So basically I want to clean up the bike. I always think these handlebars, not handlebars, mirrors, they just stick up, they look kind of ugly. Alright, so anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is get the mirrors ready. And these mirrors, I got two sets. So I got these ones, which I want to do this direction, so they'll hang from the handlebars sort of like that. One on this side, obviously. One on the right side, like that. Right, so I actually have a better plan now. I'm just going to swap the ends of each of these things, because this will work better inside here. It'll fit perfectly, and I won't have to grind anything. And these bolts, or these nuts that go on the end of these, are actually swappable. So I can put this one on here. Obviously I'm going to have to put all this stuff on here. So that's kind of my plan. So let me try that right now. Basically I'm taking that part off and replacing it with this part. And then hopefully this will do the same sort of thing. There you go. Sometimes all you have to do is think a little bit harder than you were before. Alright, so there those are done. All I did was end up swapping the rubber sleeves for the metal ones and the regular nut for this wedged kind of nut. And hopefully it'll work. Pop off this cap. It's basically a big Allen key. You unscrew these, slide those in, tighten them up. the grip comes out past the bar end. And so basically as I, twist the throttle, this end here is rubbing up against that and basically locking the throttle on. You want to make sure that when you do this, you have complete, the throttle snap back. So I tried to pull it out enough so it would pass, but I think what I'm probably going to have to end up doing here is just loosening, I guess, just this thing, just the throttle control here, and pushing it all down if possible, pushing it down that way, just to give me a little more room to see if that works. So again, as I feared, I just kind of loosened it to see. It seems that there's a tab inside here that goes into the handlebar most likely to kind of position this in the proper spot. I'm going to take it off all the way just to have a look, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. The only other thing I can do is trim this, which... Alright, there we go guys. That is what it looks like now. The mirror's down low. One thing I kind of did a little bit poorly was this side. You can see it has like this rubber pit that goes up, this beveled out thing. Basically it was catching on here and it would make it so this throttle would catch. So I just completely eliminated that. Just cut it off with a knife. I probably could have cut it a little better. I don't know, you can barely notice it and it makes it so it's safe. The other thing you have to watch out for is clearance between here. I might have to get some shorty bar or shorty levers. Right now it doesn't hit, but if I turn my handlebars all the way left or all the way right, which you never really do anyway, the mirrors do touch the bike. This one actually, when I tried it, originally it caught there and got stuck, so my clutch would have been stuck in, which wouldn't have been good on the road, so it's a good thing I checked that. So always check clearances, make sure your throttle's not going to get stuck. So that's kind of it for this. I'm going to quickly, my wife's home sooner than I thought she was going to be, so I'm going to quickly maybe try to do some of this and see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, I'm just going to be done, because it is her birthday and we should actually hang out. Alright guys, so this is actually pretty easy to remove. It literally was just kind of wedged in the rear hugger and then bolted on with 2 bolts down there. Undid those, just pulled hard, came out. Kind of want to take this off now. The one downside is it has 2 bolts right there, right there, and that's it. This has a little tab, so I'll just have to reinsert that bolt through there by itself. So the only downside I have really is there's going to be an exposed bolt hole just sitting there, but it'll be kind of covered up by this anyway. I want to get braid the line. I have these 2 that are just going to sit there, and like eventually maybe I can cut them off, grind them flat, and then change this color or something. We'll see. For now it's just going to be like that. The one downside is the bolt for this is, I don't know if you can see it, like right there. There's not a lot of room. So a tip I have for anyone, instead of going for the easy bolt first, I mean this is pretty easy because it only has 2, so even if you took them off it's not going to take a lot to put them back on. But normally if you're taking apart like a turbo or a head or something that has a whole bunch of bolts, if there's one that's super hard, don't end with that one. Start with the hard bolt. Just because if you start with this and you're unable to get it undone or something, you can just leave it and come back to it another day. Especially if it's like a daily driver. If you want to do those, and for instance if it was like a head or a turbo or something crazy, and you undid all the other bolts first, and then you got to the hard one, and you couldn't get it done, and the day was out, and you had to go to work the next day, then you have to put all those other bolts back in, which might take you another hour or 2, when, I don't know, that's just my advice. Take out the hardest bolt first, so, I mean, unless you don't know which one it is, but I'm going to quickly try to get that undone, and if I can't, then I'm going to be done for today. Alright, so there you go. I actually like the look of that a lot more. I just love the look of a huge open wheel. I think it also makes the wheel just look bigger. Whoa! Well, that was close. Where did I hit that? Well, so I just found that huge tire, basically, or huge nail, basically from here to here, but it went in at an angle. I don't think it punctured. That's kind of scary. I might have to find some stuff to fill that, but wonder when I hit that. Anyway, as I was saying, I like the looks of the big open rear tire. So now that I got that off, I'm gonna stick these bolts back in here. That one there. There's actually this little thing that can go in there, but I'll probably leave it out. There's a bolt that goes right here to hold this on, and then another one right here. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Alright, now that this video is way too long, there we go. This is what the bike looks like now. So, mirrors removed. I don't have bolts for here yet, but I will get those soon. And I'll just try to find something to put them in there. Put in there temporarily. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But I do have proper ones coming in. Remove the rear hugger, chain guard. I do need to tighten this chain because holy crap, it's loose. But I'll be doing that probably tomorrow as well. But I think that looks a lot cleaner. No rear hugger. I need to go wash it. I just, yeah, you can see right there that bolt. You can see it has a little grommet, rubber grommet, and it had a metal bushing that went in there. So I stuck the metal bushing in the grommet, put the bolt through, and it kind of holds it in place. Now I won't be losing these bolts, so I can put it back on anytime I need to, and they're all there kind of in the factory spot. So I didn't put back to those two, which I suppose I could. I think they're these ones. And that's it. So I'm going to take an Instagram picture, the before, the during, and after. I already think the bike looks a lot meaner like this. Wrapping the headers, changing those exhausts, taking off that rear, fixing the dongle signals. This thing will be looking real good. Anyway guys, thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you can, subscribe if you want to see more of this bike. The 300ZX, the TDI Beetle, my other bike, my brother's other bike, the Firago, my GS 850, a bunch of other things we're going to get doing. Anyway, we've got a lot of content coming up, so if you want, hit that subscribe button. We do moto vlogs, we do car vlogs. I'm going to do some live streaming stuff. So you'll kind of get to see how this bike turns out. Already, I think it looks way more badass. So yeah, thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you guys later.